Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, I've decided to do a bit of an art discussion today on this piece of artwork. Now, some people may disagree with me because they probably think it's just a very dark, mysterious mess of a piece, and you know what, everyone's entitled to their own opinions and it's absolutely fine, but for me, I know when to stop when it comes to subtraction art, when I realise what it is. And for me, this is actually something related to a video game that I've been playing a lot recently, and probably in the last year actually, some form or variation of it, and that is part of the Star Wars realm. If you don't know what Star Wars is, it's a massive franchise that I think first began in like the 1980s or something. I play a lot of video games, and at the moment I've been playing Jedi Survivor. After playing Jedi Fallen Order a few years ago, I went on to this version, and I've also played a lot of Lego Star Wars. I actually got it for, I think it was for Christmas or birthday, just gone. This is kind of what's happened in my subconscious, and I have not realised it until I sat back the other day and went, oh my god, this is it. That's just it. This is part of my subconscious, which is basically showing me what I've taken out of all the video games, so bear with me. My brain's a bit weird. I am dyslexic, so it doesn't function the same way as general people do, but I always believe it's my superpower, so I'll quickly explain to you what I think is happening. So imagine this is a beam of light, also known as the array, and this green is the surface of a planet. So we've got different sections of the planet with a light beam going into it. These broken parts remind me a lot of Coruscant, which is basically a concrete planet, as well as the green fields of a healthy landspan. The orange reminds me of the lava fields, as well as the red, and the blue / the green I feel like is some sort of bounce around and cracking of the landscape. Now, this might not be a copy or paste of a particular planet that you see in the Star Wars realm. However, it did give me an inkling to what I think my brain is trying to tell me, and that is when I think of Star Wars, I think of freedom, I think of surviving rather than living, and there's a lot of purpose there. And it has been one of those questions I have had for the last few years, especially going through the whole mental health problem of realising what I'm actually here for, what is my purpose in life. In my shoes, I won't dive quite into it because that's a completely different discussion with someone else, with a professional anyway. My anxiety evolves around purpose, and if I don't have purpose, then what is the kind of point of things? And I think that's why I gravitated towards a planetary idea of freedom from the Star Wars realm, even though it was kind of a combination collage of each individual planet that I've been to. It's become very much an understanding of those planets all trying to survive and they have a purpose. My brain is trying to search for a purpose within this realm, as well as in a video game, because when you're playing video games, the purpose of the video game is to get from A to B, finish it, completing it, platinum it, everything. And I think that sense of purpose has decided to lay on a Star Wars theme into a painting, which seemed really deep, and I could be reading into this way too much, and it could just be a load of lines that someone has no idea what it's about, but I think it is somewhat of a connection, because there's some very clear elemental bits, and then you kind of got this weird mixture where it kind of goes into green and blue, where it kind of doesn't know what it's doing, but you've still got that flatness, but then you've got certain elements that are poking out. I love the mixture of colours around here because it reminds me of a very rough surface and how open and wide it is. I did say this is finished in terms of colour use. In terms of the white, I'm not 100% sure if I'm done with the white because I don't actually have any titanium white with me because I've run out. But saying that, when I do eventually order some, and I feel like the need to do something with this painting, which I probably will do, I feel like there's one or two areas I just want to bring forward, and that for me is definitely this section here, probably something down here just to balance out and give it a setting line, so I know which way the painting is. To me, this is the way it's set, where someone else, they might prefer the format the other way around or upside down, or in my eyes upside down. And for that, I feel like that white would just be that hitting point of, no, that's what it's going to be, and that's what it's meant to sit down onto. So a very big mental health painting. They always are when it comes to subtraction artwork, because they are to do with subconscious, because all you're doing is applying mark making and seeing what happens in the long run and fiddling it around without any element or thought or process. It's just getting the paint on the canvas, paper, whatever it is, to then discover what your brain is trying to tell you. Being saying that, I am alright, and my mental health has improved a lot recently, not to the point where I'm like a superwoman or something, but because I have decided to drop down to part-time hours with my paid work, it means that I have more time to be able to discuss artwork, to make artwork, to give myself some time. I'm an all or nothing person where I just focus on one thing, and when that's done, it's the only thing I can think about. And for me, that has been work, my paid work, for the last 4.5 years, and that is because I've been there 9 hours a day, 5 days a week. It can take its toll on you. I hope this has made some sort of sense. Like I said, I will leave this to the side, let it dry, and then I'll go from there when I eventually buy my white titanium paint. Saying that, if it does go away, I do tend to have this rule where if I put paint away and when I rediscover it, it shocks me, or it doesn't give the same effect that it did when I made it, then, well, if it shocks me, I'll keep it. If it doesn't give me any sort of visual stimulation or reason, then I will just paint over it. However, it doesn't mean I won't document this. Like, obviously at the moment I'm documenting it by film, but I've also put it on my Instagram. So I'm hoping all that has made sense. If you guys have any questions about my practice or about this painting, please leave them in the comment section below. In my description box there are links to all my social medias and also my eBay selling account, which is where you'll find all my artworks that I feature on my channel. There's also a PayPal donation page. If you'd like to make a donation, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you can't do any of that, don't worry about it, I completely understand. Please just like and subscribe, because it does help me out in the long run of getting that marker of being paid for my videos. Thank you guys again. I'm going to set this one to the side, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!